Because this is a robot mower, it can mow underneath my trampoline. I cannot tell you how many times I've broken my back trying to push a mower under there that was half collapsed. This is a game changer. If you have a trampoline, you got to get a robot mower. At Home with Lucas here. So today we're gonna be talking about Neomow X Pro robotic lawn mower. Yes, people, I'm super excited that I got my hands on this absolutely amazing looking mower. It is the Neomow X Pro. The Pro means that it's gonna be able to mow a lot more grass. So it goes up to 1.5 acres. This thing is built like a tank. It can go up hills with absolutely no problem. It has dual motors, of course, in it, allowing it to articulate and control itself up and down the hills very, very easily. So if you're like me and you have a backyard that is basically just a hill, you're gonna absolutely love this mower, or at least that's what we hope. This thing is not like other robot lawnmowers out there. Of course, it needs 0 stakes and 0 wires. It is literally just unbox it, set it up, and you're good to go in a matter of minutes, which is absolutely amazing. But the coolest thing is that it has GPS built into it. Yes, so a lot of these you have to put an antenna like on the top of your house or somewhere in your yard, and that's gonna need some wiring and all that kind of stuff. So this one, no wires for an antenna. The GPS is completely built in, not to mention the fact that it has full-blown LiDAR. Yes, this thing has LiDAR. It is going to be able to mow in the dark. Yes, you heard that right. Mow in the dark. This is next level. The mower that I currently have, it gets a little bit dark. It gets to sunset and it shuts down. It goes, done. See you tomorrow. This one, 24/7. Run it 24/7. Absolutely amazing. So this thing is packed full of so much tech. It is built like a tank. It has solid plastic and solid metal, so you don't have to worry. This thing also has the ability for you to take care of it yourself. The battery actually you can remove, so you can just unscrew it, take the battery out, put a new one in, and you're good to go. The tires are easy to take on and off. The thing is designed to allow you to maintain it, which is not like other robot mowers out there. So I am very impressed with that. That is making me super hyped. So this thing is absolutely next level. It's got technology in it that other robot mowers just simply don't have, but we won't know if any of this is good until the very end of this video. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said robot lawnmower. After that, I'm gonna be putting this bad boy to the At Home Lucas test to figure out, is it something you should buy or maybe skip altogether? I'm here for you, so don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy right quick. So this is, of course, the Neomow X robot lawnmower. It's got some pretty awesome stuff. It's got 3D LiDAR. It can do up to 1.5 acres. It's precision dynamic obstacle avoidance. That is absolutely amazing. The thing that I'm blown away by is how many blades are actually on there, and it's anti-clogging. You have multi-zone right there. And of course, it can cut up to 3.3 inches. So that is really, really awesome. All right, let's get inside this box. All right, that is everything that comes in the box right there. You have your instruction manual, you have some tools, you have some stakes, 3M stickies, and a power cable. Then you have the actual beast right here. This thing is looking next level. And then you have this giant charger right there. One thing that I do like, comparing this to my other robot lawnmower, is it doesn't need one of those antennas right there. So this is pretty much plug it in and you go kind of deal. It doesn't need to have a separate unit. So that is really cool. That could be something that's awesome. We won't know until the very end of this video if that is a downfall or if that is absolutely amazing. But let's go ahead and get this thing powered up, and then we're gonna take a closer look. Okay, I just had to clear out and make a level path right there for it to sit on. And then I went ahead and screwed in the anchor screws, which went in pretty easy. I put 2 of them in there. I ran my power cable alongside here, down there, over to my extension cord right there, and then all the way over to my house. So that's a way to get power to your robot lawnmower if you're going to be putting it outside. A lot of houses don't have plug outlets just all over the house, so we only have 3 around our house, so that's how I'm getting this thing charged up. Okay, let's run through this app real quick. So it's pretty simple, and the visuals are definitely lacking, but it is in its infancy, so there's going to be a lot more updates to come. You have a little bell at the top right corner. This is where you can get some notification. You have these 2 little dots that you can click on, and this is where you can change the name of your mower. I have it set to At Home with Lucas. You can of course find your mower if it gets lost, which is really cool. Then you can change your Wi-Fi. Now this mower is 5 gigahertz, so that is really awesome. You can do 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz, which is a real game changer. You can also check your mowing over here. So this is all the recording of your mowing right here. This is going to show you all of the information right here, which is really cool. Then you click connect, you jump straight into the main portion of the app, where you're going to be able to see your charging percentage right here. It's going to also tell you whether it's sleeping or whether it's needing help or assistance. It's going to show that it has Wi-Fi and whatnot, so that's pretty cool. You can zoom in on the map right here, and once again, this is where the visuals just fail a little bit. It just doesn't look as premium visually as some of the other apps out there. You can jump into manual mode, you can recharge, you can start. Once again, we're going to jump into start, and you're going to see the visuals just fail. It really looks silly, and you have to actually click on one of these or 2 of these, and then you have to click save, which is also funny. It doesn't say like start mowing or anything. It just says save. So once again, the visuals will probably be updated in time. The app has gotten a few updates since I got it. So then you can click on mowing settings right here, and this is where you can go in and change things, which is really, really cool. So this visual part of it is fine. I'm not mad at this at all. You could jump into custom, you can change things up. This is where you can get really, really technical and really customize each zone of your yard. They also don't call them zones in this app, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so you can set your zones and get each area perfect. So you can have this area cut to a certain special setting and whatnot. So that's cool. Then you have scheduling right here. I have not actually set up scheduling for any of my mowers, but you can, and it's something I'm going to do eventually. People are doing daily mows, so you can go ahead and set up your start time and your end time, so you can have it run for 1 hour or 2 hours, however much you want, and then you can click save right here. And then in the top right corner is probably the most important part of this whole app right here. This is where you get into your map management. So once again, this app is a little bit funny in the visuals. So, and also it kind of hides some of the most important thing. Like this is how you map your yard, and this is how you'd manage your maps. So you would think this would be like front and center. They did just update this right here, the visuals on this. So like I said, they're going to update the visuals slowly, but by the time you get this mower, they may have already updated some of the visuals, and this app may look a little bit older. But this is where you can start editing. So this is like the most crucial part of this entire app, and it is hidden, and I wish that it was more upfront. And this is where you can jump in and adjust things all throughout the app right here, which is really cool. And then you can add more. So you can, once you do the area mapping like it's showing right here, you do your no-go zones, you set up your passage, and then your recharge path, and you're good to go. That is the mapping portion of it. Then you have device share right here. You have device setting. This is also very, very crucial. So one of the things that you really will probably end up wanting to turn off is the visual obstacle avoidance. Now, the reason why I turn this off, and I'll probably turn it back on, is if you have tall grass, like maybe some weeds grew really fast in a week's time, it will think that it's an obstacle to avoid and you'll end up with patches everywhere. So I turn that off for now. I'm gonna probably turn it back on. They keep adding new stuff, like this right here is brand new. I've never seen this before, so we just got an update. This is brand new, so that is something really cool. Edge mowing mode, so that's something if you just want to mow the edge really quick, you can turn that on. Then you have another obstacle avoidance right here that I turn off as well. And then you have firmware version right here. When there is a firmware update, it will appear right away. So it'll show up right here in your face. So it's going to show up real quickly. But yeah, so there you go. That is the app in a nutshell. It is not 100% user friendly. I'm going to give it a 4.8 out of 5 stars. Okay, let's go and walk around this beast before we actually start using it. So this is actually the notifications right here, believe it or not. So this will change color depending on what's actually going on. I did see it turn red when I picked it up, which was really cool. This is the camera right here. So that's one of the ways it's gonna see the world around it. And then it has a giant bump bar down here, which bumps in an upward motion, a downward motion, and it pushes all the way in. So that is really, really cool. Very, very dynamic. And then you have their logo right here looking really, really cool. And then this is actually the rain pins. So if it starts raining, it's gonna get wet right here and go back to the charging station. Up at the top here, you have their space age, crazy looking LiDAR. That is next level, really, really cool. And then this actually has the GPS built in. So that's why you don't have to have an antenna tower, because it's built inside of here, which is really, really awesome. Coming around to the back, you have a giant stop button. So if anything goes wrong, smash that stop button. Then you have your OK, home. You have your cut height right here, and then your power button / multifunction button, I believe. You got a little bit of information here, your charging pads down there. Now let's take a look at these beefy tires. These things are next level. The tire and wheel on this is really, really awesome. Super, super grippy. Very, very nice. It actually has 2 more wheels in the back, which we'll take a look at right here. So standard spinning wheels. And then this is how it cleans itself. The blades actually fall back inside of the unit, and then as it spins, they shoot back out. So gravity is pulling those out right there. We have 5 total blades on there, which is a total beast. I like how simple and clean this bottom is. It's also beeping at me because I have it lifted up. And you can actually hear there is a fan blowing inside of here. So this thing is state of the art right here. I absolutely love it. It does look a little bit aquatic. I think that's like a whale fin right there / stingray is what I'm getting from it. So first impressions, first sort of walkthrough of this thing, I'm absolutely blown away. Really, really solid plastic material. The bump bar looks like it's designed really nicely. The camera down here, the LiDAR, really awesome. So I'm blown away right away, and I cannot wait to get this thing mowing. So let's go ahead and get this side yard cut. So I was totally blown away that this actually made stripes in my lawn, people. Look at those stripes. It does a cross cut as well, so it's making stripes in another direction. So this is next level mowing. I am absolutely blown away. Okay, this is the second robot lawnmower to mow this hill, and I have to say, this is the king of hill climb. It is absolutely amazing. 90% of the time, it has 0 problems. Occasionally, it'll have a slip on the tire or something, and it'll do a little turn, go up, and then it'll fix itself, and then it'll come back and fix it on the next path. So it has super smart hill climbing technology built in. It also knows to go at an angle. So as you can see right here, it knows that it probably shouldn't go up this hill at the steepest point. Also, it has mapped the whole backyard, so it knows the path of least resistance to cut the longest strip. So that's another thing this mower does, which is absolutely amazing, is it cuts the longest strip across the backyard as possible. And 9 times out of 10, that means it's going at an angle like this up the hill. So hill climbing, true champion, 5 out of 5 stars, next level. Okay, let's talk about how easily you can map out your yard. So this does not use wires. All you do is literally go in the app, start the map management, and away you go. You just walk behind it, or you could be a little bit further away and just basically map out your yard by driving it across the yard. A lot of people wonder, how do these mowers know where the edge is? Well, you literally just drive it to the edge, then drive it down the sidewalk. One thing you probably want to do is make sure the wheel gets over the grass like it is right here. It will pop back onto the grass in a minute, but that's because I already mapped this. But yeah, so you just pop it over. That will allow you to cut to the very edge of the grass. But you don't want it to be too far on the driveway because you don't want it to hit a tire of a car. But mapping, 5 out of 5 stars, super easy, very, very fun. Okay, let's talk about safety. So this thing is actually super safe, and one of the coolest things is the bump bar will actually shut off the blade. So you can hear the blade is shut off, completely off, and then once it starts moving again, it's going to turn the blade back on, and then if I touch it again, the blade shuts off, completely off. And then once it starts going, you're gonna hear the blade turn back on. There it goes. So that is crazy safe. Okay, now we're gonna be doing the human obstacle test. All right, my daughter's gonna walk right in front of Nemo, and there it goes. It stopped. Stay right there, girly. It sees Nemo, or it sees my daughter. Now it's gonna carefully mow around my daughter with no harm. There we go. Even shuts off the blade. So this thing is crazy safe. All right, now we'll put ourselves directly in front of it. So there you go. You can see it's really working hard to make sure it does not hit the camera. Shuts off the blades. Now it's gonna do some geometry to figure out how to get around me without hitting me. So this is next level LiDAR camera sensor right here. Because of the LiDAR, it can see me on the side right here. So you can see, it sees exactly where I'm at. It completely goes around me. That is next level. Okay, I actually didn't know this thing would mow at night when I first got it. My other mower will not mow at all, like I said. This one, I just tried it. I was like, it's kind of dark. I'm going to turn it on. And it started mowing. And this is the LiDAR right here. You can see it on the fence. This is allowing it to see in the dark, people. Yes. So this is why you buy this mower versus a mower with just a camera. This is going to allow it to safely mow at night, just as safely as if it was in broad daylight. It's going to see everything around it. It's going to make perfect cuts. So this is next level. And the fact that it's silent means you're not going to bug your neighbors by mowing at 10 p.m. Okay, let's talk about how this cuts the grass. So this thing cuts the grass pretty well. It does miss some strands of grass here or there, but when you put it on a double cut or a cross cut, it will actually get 99% of the grass blades cut, which is absolutely amazing. And over time, if you run this thing daily or you run it like 3 times a week, you're gonna end up with grass that looks like a golf course for sure. So you're gonna end up with grass that's never out of place. So I'm gonna give the grass cutting on this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not exactly perfect, but the ability to make stripes in your grass, like I talked about earlier, is next level. So really, really awesome grass cutting, very, very safe. Okay, let's talk about one of the cons of a robot lawnmower, and it's not just this one, it's all of them. They do not do a great job of mowing to the edge. So I actually mapped it to go to this fence here, at least that's what I thought, and it leaves about 2 stripes worth of grass. I don't know if you can see that well on camera, but basically from here over, it's not cut, and it won't cut it. So I can either go into manual mode and remotely cut it, which is easy, or I can just go get my push mower and cut it down. And then the same thing over here. So I actually mapped it all the way over to there, and it will not cut any of this right here. So that is the only thing that I think that they could update. But in the grand scheme of things, it does cut 90% of the grass, like they say. This right here, I could map a little bit better and get it to cut. But as you can see, all of this is cut, all of this is cut, and then the whole front yard is cut. So it definitely does a good job of getting 90% cut. And it's kind of like trimming, but you actually have to go and grab a mower to finish the job. So with a regular mower, you're just going to have to trim. With a robot mower, as of right now, you're going to have to actually go in on manual mode and just cut it yourself with the robot, or get yourself a push mower and do it. So that is the only downfall so far with this bad boy. Okay, I've been using this bad boy for long enough that I think I have a full star rating. And let's just start off with the build quality. So I am really impressed. This thing has been running for a couple months now, and I have 0 problems. Nothing has faded. Everything looks just as good. I really like that this is just LED lights right here. That is next level. The logo is gonna last forever, so there's nothing on here that's going to fade and look terrible over time like some of the other robot lawnmowers out there. Let's go ahead and flip this thing over. So this thing has cut a lot of grass, and as you can see, nothing on the blades, completely clean. Maybe just a little bit of like gunk buildup, but no grass, nothing. So the ability for this to clean the blades is next level. Everything about this just works so nice, and the fact that you can change the width of the cut is awesome. The battery on here is next level. You're gonna really get 1.5 acres on a charge, which is next level. Just everything about underneath here is solid, and look, it's not even that dirty, and it has cut a lot of grass. Coming back up here to the LiDAR, so the LiDAR is this is crazy solid. I actually dropped a 67-pound box directly on here, and it just basically punctured a hole in the box with no damage. So they really did build this. This is next level plastic and aluminum and metal. It's just super solid. Really awesome. The bump bar on here is phenomenal. I love the fact that it's super safe, shuts off the blades every time. That is exactly what you want to see. These tires allow it to go up and down bumps and hills with no problem. And just the size alone really helps out with mowing. So some of these mowers are way smaller, and the footprint just doesn't give it the ability to get over things, and other mowers will get stuck, whereas this one will keep on going. So all in all, I'm going to say that the app is basically the only downfall, and they're going to update the app as we go along. It is still in its infancy. It's still kind of primitive. So the app definitely needs a lot of work, but this bad boy right here, the way that it cuts grass, the way that it navigates, the way that it doesn't get stuck as much as other mowers out there, I'm gonna give this thing a solid 4.95. Yes, people, 4.95 star rating out of 5 stars. This thing is next level. You're gonna buy it. It's gonna mow your grass. It's gonna put stripes on your grass, and you're gonna be very happy when you're able to multitask. And what I mean by multitask, that means this thing is cutting your grass, maybe your robot vacuum is vacuuming your house, and you're doing something else. The feeling of that is next level. You're like, this is the future. I absolutely love it. So buy one of these and you're not gonna regret it. Buy it. All right, there you go. That is the Neomow X Pro. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely smash that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next awesome video. Peace out.